What's up? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I'm going to be doing a series for New Year's Eve, so Christmas wasn't the only time I was doing heavy requests. I have the three most biggest requests I've had for Doom and Mick Gordon, and we are starting off with the Super Gore Nest. This is a Patreon request from DxShadow, and about 1,000 others. So for New Year's Eve, I wanted to close the year off with some bangers. This is a 9-minute song. Never played Doom. I've only been introduced through Mick Gordon, through you guys, through Killer Instinct, and now this. So this is the first of 3. The other 2 are going to be Cultist Base and Meat Hook, but we are starting with the Super Gore Nest. I'm not sure if I can handle 9 minutes of Happy New Year. Let's see how many build-ups we can get. I have a lot of energy today, so hopefully this... It's already a build-up. What a cool name too, Super Gore Nest. I definitely feel the vibes of like insects and swarm. Get a little hi-hat. We got a headbanger, boys and girls. Woo-hoo-hoo. He has such a unique way of guitar riffing. It really does fit the name of the game. Like it's so Doom-like and chaos and I'm gonna just go ahead and say that this whole soundtrack has to be pretty incredible. Is that a fair statement? Because everything I've heard is it's been like 0 misses. The cymbals are really putting in work in this song. I have to sit back for this one. Sludgy. Sounds like I'm being dragged through mud. Double bass. Imagine this live. Uh-oh. Here it comes. I think. Ooh, little tribal drums. Whoa, weird timing. Is that a vocal? There's so many riffs per song. Someone told me that the music is dynamic in this game, so it changes along with you. Which seems to be a Mick Gordon thing, because I think that happens in Killer Instinct as well. Oh, this guitar tone is so crunchy. It's like no treble, it's like all mids and bass. So many riffs, it's just like, it's a labyrinth. This is a very guitar heavy song, so like, guitar players are having a time of their life right now. It's everywhere. This is the most I've heard Mick, like, experiment with riffs. Kind of showing his, like, resume. Every time I want to headbang, he changes it every time. Another riff. I noticed it throws in those like sirens a lot. Oh my god. More. Give me more. How many of you have Doom in your gym playlist? I'm curious. Dude. This could have been like 4 different songs. So alarming. What a great way to end it. Right when I said it was so alarming, and it sounded, the whole thing, that whole song sounded, you know, it's interesting because it definitely sounded like Doom from what I'm used to already. But it still sounded different enough where I was like, I could distinguish it from other ones. There is such a, like sound to this soundtrack, and it has a lot of, you know, rhythmic sort of Lamb of God type riffage, but with lower strings, 7, 8, 9 strings. There's a lot of use of like warps and alarm sounds, which are just keyboards, but this time there was two things that like really stood out to me, and that was which is kind of nice because it was bare bones, and that was the drums and the guitar. So the drums were just kind of like, I really want to hear that isolated, just the drums by themselves, because there was a lot going on. Not just the cymbals, but like there were so many beats, so many time changes. It was just all over the place. We went tribal with it a couple times. We went double bass. We heard kind of everything in one shot. And then the guitar as well. Like, he was really going. He went kind of crazy with the riffs. I didn't keep track, but I think there was like 6+ riffs in that. So the whole song could easily have been like sectioned off into their own individual tracks, for sure, you know. But like the ending part definitely could have been its own song. And I noticed that with this soundtrack, at least. No, not so much KI, but for sure Doom, where you don't really know where it's gonna go, because every time you kind of get into the middle of a groove and you start going, it stops. Almost every time. Like, you're like, all right, cool, we got this big build up, and now we're here, and then detour, and then it builds up all over again. So it's kind of, in some weird way, like classical music, just a lot more brutal. Classical music tends to, you know, go in movements, you know, so it's almost like it's multiple songs. Like, it'll just kind of stop or fade out, or just, you know, it just, you can just kind of clearly tell when it separates. And I do get that a lot from Doom soundtracks. So that's very interesting, because it's so chaotic and ugly and gritty, and I still have yet to see gameplay of this game, but I do just to picture, you know, just chaos and just mowing down stuff and just blood, lots of blood. So on that note, I remember people telling me that Doom's music, I could be wrong about this, but it's dynamic, meaning that it changes along with your performance. And if that's true, then that must be like a Mick thing, because I'm positive actually that in Killer Instinct, the songs do change based on how you're doing. And I think Devil May Cry does that too. I've actually yet to have ever played a game that does that. So I'm actually curious how that would feel, and how does that add to the experience for you guys? It'd probably trip me out, but I would probably end up, just as a blind guess, I probably it'd be too jarring at first, but then I think I would like love it. But who knows? Just because I'm not used to it. Either way, that was Super Gore Nest. One last thing, as far as Nest, it definitely felt like that. It felt like a bunch of bees and just insects everywhere, just crawling. Like, it sounded really like chaotic as hell. Like I just invaded their nest, really, and they're just about to kill me. So thank you for that Patreon request, DxShadow, but also everyone else. That was a big one, and there's still more to come. Today's Doom Day. Isn't that kind of fitting on New Year's? Actually, that's kind of scary. Doomsday on New Year's Day? Well, I guess if it's the last day on Earth, we better go out listening to Mick Gordon. So, if you would like to get your request in, you can do so on Patreon with all these lovely people. To subscribe, you can also get early access and all that good stuff. You can get your monthly request in. Or PayPal if you don't want to subscribe at all and just want to get a request in and that's it. That is okay too. But neither are necessary. You could just comment below and there may be a chance that I might check it out. Who knows? But I will be getting out of here. I got more Doom to listen to, so if you enjoyed your stay, well, I'm glad. This is the Auditorium. My name is Jesse, and I will see you dudes and dudettes in the next one. Take it easy.